Broadcasting live from the Riddicks via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we move on to the second game in our doubleheader this evening, and it's a big one. Brentwood taking on Pope Prep-MLK-GCA. Both teams snapping three-game losing streaks last week in emphatic ways. Brentwood beating Father Ryan 7-0 on Wednesday, and then on Friday, Pope taking advantage of a Rutherford Rampage team depleted by travel player absences, beating them 12-2 in the first game to end with a winning margin of 10 goals. Since February 10th, 2022, the opening round of the Hein Cup, when Father Ryan beat then USNBA FRA 10-0. That was a 6 beating a 3 by that score, by the way, in the Hein Cup. Anyway, this should be a pretty good game, and Pope should have Anthony Pellegrino back in net. He was not with him on Friday night. He was in Detroit with twin brother Nick, who should also be back in the lineup tonight. So, should be a pretty good game between these two teams. I hope it's a decent game. See what we have. So we've only got one game in the book so far tonight. Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb beating USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 6-0. That game ended more than 20 minutes ago. It's been quiet here in the Chris Spring in Bellevue ever since that game ended. And I don't think this game will end so quickly. I have a hard time believing that. As the officiating crew makes their way out onto the ice. So let's just take a quick check of the Tier 2 standings with that Ensworth USN game in the books. Ensworth now 4-0. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin second at 2-1-2. USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture now 2-1-1. Summit Page at 2-1. The Outlaws at 1-1-1. Centennial 1-2-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek at 1-3-1. And Independence Ravenwood 2 are at 0-4 as Pope make their way out onto the ice for the warm-up. And now here come Brentwood. I finally know what Dylan Phillips' number is. It's 88. Brentwood got their jerseys last week, but I don't think he was dressed for the game against Ryan. There it is. Well, I can finally type up this roster, can't I? All right. Since both teams are out on the ice warming up, let's go ahead and talk about them. First up, Brentwood, coached by Chris Oram. Fifth game of the regular season tonight. They play their first half finale next Monday night against Rutherford. After tonight, they play Mount Juliet on Wednesday. Brentwood started the season with a 5-2 loss to Franklin on September 25th. Then lost 6-2 to Ravenwood on September 27th. Lost 4-1 to MBA on October 4th. And then last Wednesday, bounced back with a 7-0 win over Father Ryan. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. Aiden Bustizzi is the leading scorer. He has 7 points from 2 goals and 5 assists. Jack Schultz with 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. Clayton Ellsworth with 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Callahan Fielder and Graham Engelhart. I need to flip that because they both played the same amount of games, so I'll put them in order by jersey number. Graham Engelhart and Callahan Fielder each with 2 points from goals. Trey Wilkins with 2 points from assists. Zane Cesaroni with a point from a goal. He scored the last goal against Father Ryan Wednesday night, not Hill Houston. I don't even think Hill Houston was on the ice. Ty Essenmacher and Johnny Kelso each with a point from an assist. On to goalie play. Payne Fielder has played in 3 games. His record 1-2. He's played just over 121 minutes. Goals against average of 3.81. 1 shutout. He's allowed 11 goals on 72 shots. Turned away the other 72. He's allowed 11 goals on 72 shots. Turned away the other 61. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 85. On to Andrew Sally. He's played in 2 games. He came in late in the Ravenwood game, which ended just seconds later when those multiple planes of glass got knocked onto the ice. He played He started the NBA game, which they lost, so his record 0-1. He's played just shy of 46 minutes, goals against average of 2.76. No shutouts. He's allowed 3 goals and 27 shots, turned away the other 24. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 89. On to Pope Prep-MLK-GCA, coached by Justin Clark. Opened the season with a 2-1 win over Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill on September 25th. 2 nights later, September 27th, they lost 4-1 to Father Ryan. Then on October 2nd, they lost 3-1 to Montgomery Bell. Then they lost 6-4 to Franklin on October 4th. And then last Friday, the 12-2 win over the Rutherford Rampage. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. Eric Kilberg with 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Nick Gentile, 8 points, all from assists. Jacob Sullivan, 7 points from 2 goals and 5 assists. Jack Davis, 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Coleman Glidewell, 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Clayton Roach and David Bavis, each with 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Joe Hiller and Oscar Ford, each with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Ian Sullivan has 2 points from assists. Owen Gillum, Nick Pellegrino, Reese Davidson, Saxon Clements each have a point from a goal. And Cade Ziemendorf has a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Anthony Pellegrino has started in 4 games. His record 1-3. He's played just over 139 minutes. Goals against average of 3.32. No shutouts. He's allowed 11 goals and 80 shots, turned away the other 69. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 86. Jacob Benoit has played in 3 games. In the games against Father Ryan and Franklin, he came in the 3rd period of each with the game already decided, so no decisions on the record there. He's played the entirety of the game against Rutherford on Friday night, which Pope won, so his record 1-0. He's played 69 minutes, goals against average of 1.83. No shutouts. He's allowed 3 goals and 22 shots, turned away the other 19, and his save percentage in the regular season is also at 86. Ready to go in this one. Andrew Sally going to make his 2nd start of the season in goal for Brentwood. Anthony Pellegrino in goal for Pope to start this one. For this first period, Pope will move the puck from my left to right, Brentwood from my right to left. As this game is underway, Brentwood with the puck, left wing side of the Pope zone. Jack Schultz passes in front and a nice point-blank stop. I think on Clayton Ellsworth. No, it was on Zane Cesaroni, and then Payne Fielders shot the rebound past the net. Here's a shot from the left wing side of the Brentwood zone that misses the net to the left of Sally. That shot came from Cade Ziemendorf. Puck out on the far side. And Ty Essemacher ends up icing it. He's trying to get it ahead to Callahan Fielder, who bumped into a Pope player and fell over. So it went the other direction. And that took the first 35 seconds off the clock as Brentwood won the draw and immediately had a chance. Only for Anthony Pellegrino to make the save. Draws to the right of Sally. Won by Pope. Shot from out high. Blocked away by Sally. That shot coming from Nick Pellegrino. Clay Ellsworth on the far side. Up. Turned the puck over inside his own zone. And then Coleman Glidewell gives it away. Puck out at center. It's back in the Pope end. And now the Knights bringing it the other way. Jack Davis, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Pass to the slot. A shot from Jacob Sullivan, stopped by Sally. Brody Bowman now on the inboards. Bumped off the puck. Owen Seeley with it. Trying to pass ahead Aiden Bustizzi. Bustizzi with it in the Pope zone. Double teamed and had the puck poked away. Jacob Sullivan now on the far side. Carrying it through center. Into the Brentwood zone on the left wing. Ran into a triangle of defenders, into the puck knocked away. Here is Pustizzi, left wing side, trying to set up Graham Engelhardt in front of the shot, stopped by Pellegrino, and the rebound sent the other way by Pope. Caught up to by Will Hubbard, so no icing. Puck out at center. And Joe Hiller turns it over to Callahan Fielder. I guess I can just say Fielder since Payne is not in goal tonight. He's sitting on the bench. Here's Jack Schultz trying to make his way to the right wing side of the Pope zone. Has to chase the puck into the right wing corner. Callahan Fielder digs it loose, passes up to the right point. Ty Essenmacher shot blocked by the stick of Nick Gentile. Then it comes over to the bottom of the right circle, and Schultz and his shot turned away by Pellegrino. Clearing attempt intercepted. Callahan Fielder a shot from long distance. Stopped and held on to by Pellegrino. Anthony Pellegrino. Brentwood with a flurry of shots. Is that Clayton Ellsworth leaving the ice? Someone from Brentwood is leaving the ice, going back to the locker room. It is Clayton Ellsworth. 11:39 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draws to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Draw one by Pope. Puck comes over to the left point. And it's out at center. Will Hubbard with it, passing over to the far side. Ty Essenmacher. Ahead to Jack Schultz. Schultz, right wing side of the Pope zone. Now puck carried behind the net. It's Schultz coming around to the left wing side. The puck poked away. Gathers it back. Sends it back behind the net. Nick Hollis drops it behind the net for Nick Pellegrino. Tried to pass ahead, but he banked it off of Schultz, trying to get it ahead to David Bavis. Then it comes to the left point, and Will Hubbard, and he sends it past the net. Hollis with it as Brentwood make a change. Stretch pass to center, Clayton Roach. Roach inside the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Maneuvering around defenders, but he lost the puck. Couldn't get around Will Hubbard cleanly. Clearing attempt held in by Nick Pellegrino. Passing it down low to Eric Kilberg. Kilberg lost the puck. Drifts out to center. Nick Gentile with it. Puck is in the Pope zone. Gentile with it, sending it around to the far wall and out. Off the bench and played by Owen Seeley. Seeley tried to pass it to Trey Wilkins, went through his skates and deep into the Pope zone. No icing though. Puck whipped around the boards to the near side. Brody Bowman has it. Bowman chips it ahead off the stick of Graham Engelhardt. It trickles into the Pope zone. Picked up by Cade Ziemendorf. Banks it off the near boards. Jack Davis with it. Davis sent it into the Brentwood zone, but Jacob Sullivan had already gone over the blue line, and then Davis touched it up to get the offside whistle. 9:40 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Pope win the draw, get the puck into the Brentwood zone. It's on the far boards. Coleman Glidewell backhanding it down into the left wing corner. Brought out to the left circle, trying to come out to the slot with it. I think it was Ziemendorf. No, it was Jacob Sullivan. He got bumped off the puck. Now it's back in the Pope zone. Cade Ziemendorf off to Sullivan. Sullivan past Johnny Kelso, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Sullivan moves to the left circle. A shot hits some Brentwood skates. Hit the skates of Brody Bowman. Here's Bowman passing over to Owen Seeley. Seeley, far side of his own zone. Sends it back into the Pope end, but Jack Schultz had already stepped over the blue line. And he touched it up offside. 8:57 to go in the first. Still zip. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Pope bench. Won by Pope, but given away to Brentwood. It is inside the Bruins zone, cleared out. Graham Engelhardt on the far side trying to tap it over to Aiden Pustitsi. Falling over is Callahan Fielder inside the Pope zone. Clearing attempt. Pustitsi did not hold it in. With it is Carter Bohoric. Poked off his stick. Now Joe Hiller on the right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Puck behind the net. Ty Essenmacher with it. Passes over to Engelhardt. And then dropped out to center by Aiden Pustitsi. Nick Hollis in his own zone. Passes across to Nick Pellegrino. Pellegrino tried to pass up the near boards. That was blocked by Aiden Pustizzi. Here's Graham Engelhart in the Pope zone. A shot stopped by Anthony Pellegrino. And the puck loose right in front of the net. It's poked away. Joe Hiller was standing right over it, but didn't have a stick in position. Now back the other way goes the puck into the Brentwood end. Nick Pellegrino had it jabbed away in a foot race with Will Hubbard. Hubbard with a nice poke check. But now it's out in front, and Eric Kilberg had it jostling around his skates as he's trying to find space. Gives it away, and then it's given right back to him by Will Hubbard. Kilberg back to the slot off the skate of Gentile, and it'd be kicked away by Andrew Sally. It actually came on goal. Out high with it, Kate Ziemendorf decides to shoot it to the left wing corner. Clayton Roach with it. He loses it to Callahan Fielder, who clears it, and now Aiden Pustizzi with it in the Pope zone. A shot turned away by Pellegrino. Pustizzi was laying back, but Anthony Pellegrino with another big save. I don't know why Kate Ziemendorf did that. He just shot it into the left wing corner instead of sending it to the front of the net. Jack Schultz now back in the Pope zone on the left wing side. Loses the puck. But it's out in front, and the backhander stopped by Pellegrino. Rebound try, stopped by Pellegrino. Wraparound try, that's stopped by Pellegrino too. That was Schultz. The first shot in all that came from Zane Cesaroni. Now Eric Kilberg, left wing side of the Brentwood zone, trying to go to the front of the net. Drops it off. Clay Roach has to turn around. He's in the left circle, passes over to the right wing side. Nick Pellegrino, a shot. Missed the net. Unable to redirect it from in front. I think it was Reese Davidson. And Brentwood end up icing it. 6:09 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Andrew Sally's right. Draw one by Brentwood. Puck over on the near side, Aiden Pustizzi. Went behind his own net, passes to his left. Here's Callahan Fielder. Over to Ty Essenmacher. Essenmacher, right wing side of the Pope zone. Pokes the puck to the inboards, catches up to it, tries to put it in front. Went off the stick of Anthony Pellegrino, I think. And then Jack Davis gives it away inside his own zone, trying to work it out. Puck comes out to the right wing side, tapped out to the slot, held in, and a shot from Will Hubbard was slowed up by a stick, but then Callahan Fielder able to get off a shot that Anthony Pellegrino has to turn away. Puck comes up to the right point. Ty Essenmacher, a shot deflected past the net. Puck comes up to the left point. Will Hubbard, another shot, gloved and held on to by Anthony Pellegrino. Brentwood with a flurry of activity. But Anthony Pellegrino keeping them out of the net. 5:06 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to Anthony Pellegrino's right. One by Pope. Banked off the near glass. Big battle for it on the near boards. It's still inside the Pope zone. And it's going to end up being iced, I think, by Nick Gentile. He was trying to stretch past it up the far side for Carter Bohoric, but Bohoric was not in position to receive the pass. So they'll drop it to Pellegrino's right again. Draw was won by Brentwood, but the puck ends up going out to center. Big battle for the puck in the referee's crease at center. Now is Ian Sullivan, right wing side of the Brentwood zone, with a soft little shot that Andrew Sally knocked up in the air twice with his glove and then caught. But we're going to get a penalty against the Bruins. There was a slashing call that came from that battle in the referee's crease. And it's Jack Schultz going to the box. Draw will be to Sally's left. So Pope getting the first power play of the game. No goals on the board yet. 4:19 to go in the first. Draws one by Brentwood. Ty Essemacher sending it around the boards to the far side. Held in Nick Pellegrino, but it went off his stick. Came to Will Hubbard, who tried to clear it. Was held in. And Ian Sullivan now hands it off Clay Roach, right in the zone. Passing down low to Eric Kilberg. Passing back up top to the right point. And up. Clay Roach couldn't hold it in. He's going to have to chase it all the way back down in his own zone. Anthony Pellegrino leaves it for him. Oh, but he almost gave it away to Clay Ellsworth. Clay Roach didn't touch it right away. Clay Ellsworth almost had it, and he would have had maybe an empty net to shoot. Meanwhile, at the other end, Clayton Roach with a shot that stopped and covered up by Andrew Sally. But my goodness, very nearly a silly giveaway by Pope that could have led to a shorthanded Brentwood goal. 84 seconds left in the power play, 3:43 to go in the first. Still zip, draw to the left of Sally. One by Pope, Clayton Roach, right point. Passes down low. Jack Davis across, a one-timer turned away by Sally. That was Jacob Sullivan shooting. Sullivan gets the puck back. Tried to send it to the front of the net, knocked away by Brentwood and cleared down ice by Aiden Pustizzi. Under a minute left in the power play for Pope. Puck is behind their net, taken by Jack Davis. Passed up the far side, Pellegrino. Backhanded ahead, Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan crossing to the right wing side, puts it in front of Eric Kilberg, who couldn't get his stick on it. Puck coming back down towards the left wing corner, back up top to the left point, Pellegrino. Under 30 seconds left of the Pope power play. Pellegrino shot out high, deflected past the net. And the rebound cleared out of the zone by Ty Essemacher. Both sides will make changes. Stretch pass to center and Jack Davis. Davis on the far side waiting for help. Passes across Joe Hiller. Hiller right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Hiller a shot. Stopped and held onto by Sally. 5 seconds left in the power play. 2:23 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw to the left of Sally. Draw one by Pope. Nick Gentile with it. Penalty time against Brentwood is up. They're back at even strength. Gentile comes out to the left wing side. Decides to send it back around the boards to the near side. Clearing attempt held in by Kate Ziemendorf, and then he shot it right into Callahan Fielder. Back the other way come Brentwood up. Jack Schultz has to get back on side. There's a big battle for the puck in the referee's crease. Once again, Schultz comes out with it. He was the man in the box just a few moments ago. Now he's going down the left wing side of the Pope zone, tried to center the puck. Had a man on top of him. Here's Zane Cesaroni. Now it comes loose to Schultz. He's in front of shot. Stopped by Pellegrino. Maneuvered around defenders. Got right to the front of the net. And then it's backhanded wide to the right of Pellegrino by Zane Cesaroni. Brody Bowman trying to send it to the front of the net. That's blocked. Now Will Hubbard out high. Sending it to the front of the net. And a deflection attempt by Schultz went off the right leg pad of Pellegrino. Schultz had the puck poked away. Comes to Brody Bowman. Gets it back over to Schultz. Now Callahan Fielder. And then Fielder gives it away. Comes back up to Bowman. His shot from the right point. Bounces past the net to the left of Pellegrino. And Pope end up clearing it. It's going to come on goal. Andrew Sally's going to have to stop. He'll stop it and hand it off to Bowman. Final minute of the first. Stretch pass up to center, and Aiden Bustizzi went off his stick. And now here's Jacob Sullivan, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Hands off the puck. Coleman Gladwell tried to go to the slot, but he lost it. Trey Wilkins with it now. Banks it off the far boards to Bustizzi, but it gets in front of Bustizzi, and Cade Ziemendorf takes it. Ziemendorf banks it off the near boards. It's back in the Brentwood zone, under 30 seconds left of the period. Puck comes out to the high slot. Jacob Sullivan couldn't keep it with him as he was trying to move down the slot. Had to reach back and he fell over. Here's Trey Wilkins, left wing side of the Pope zone. Had it poked away. Now it's out on the far side, cleared out, brought out by Cade Ziemendorf, and that is it for the first. Well, Brentwood with a flurry of shots early. Anthony Pellegrino turned them all away. And Pope having issues trying to get to the front of the Brentwood net. And after one period, there are no goals on the board between Brentwood and Pope Prep-MLK-GCA. Ready to go with the second period. Andrew Sally still in goal for Brentwood. Anthony Pellegrino still in goal for Pope for this second period. Brentwood will carry the puck from my left to right and Pope from my right to left. Pope will win the draw. Eric Kilberg, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Gets off a shot. Stopped by Sally. It went off his shoulder, though, and he's got the rebound in the crease. He's got the rebound covered. So Brentwood won the draw and immediately had a great chance against Pope that was turned away. And now to start the second, Pope with a great chance. That's kept out of the net. Draw to the right of Sally. Won by Pope. Oh, pass out high to Anthony Pellegrino. Missed him. It's sliding back towards the Pope zone. And Zane Cesaroni gets to it. Cesaroni in front of the back and it's stopped by Pellegrino. And then his little brother Nick crashes into him and causes him to knock the net loose. As it is in the first, out in Centennial, Franklin and MBA tied at 0. Looks like it's early in the first as Anthony Pellegrino gets back to his skates. I should say Nick and Anthony are twins. I think I called Nick his little. I'm not sure who's the little brother, but they're twins. Draws to Anthony Pellegrino's right. Pope win the draw. They bring it out. Dumped into the Brentwood zone. I think that's Jacob Sullivan doing the dumping. Now here's Eric Kilberg trying to get to the front of the net. Puck out in front. And it slides up the slot. Here's Aiden Bustizzi, right wing side of the Pope zone. Whiffing on a shot. Puck sent around to the near boards. Comes up to the right point. Held in Ty Essemacher. Pass across Will Hubbard. Over to Bustizzi. He tried to redirect it. He shanked it past the net to the left of Pellegrino. Clayton Ellsworth knocked down. Eric Kilberg backhanding it ahead to Clayton Roach. Oh! Offside called against Pope. Reese Davidson didn't pay attention and drifted over the line before Roach brought the puck in. 12:53 left in the second. No goals on the board. Draw one by Pope. Puck dumped into the Brentwood zone. Brody Bowman ran into one of the referees. Actually had his stick get tied up with a referee. Puck is at the inboards of the Brentwood zone. Here's Coleman Glidewell. Getting run into by Owen Seeley. I was about to say Andrew Sally, but why would the goalie come out and knock a player down and leave the net empty? That'd be dumb. Here's Brody Bowman. Far side of his own zone. Had the puck poked away. Jacob Sullivan turns around, tried to pass it off, but Jack Davis has to chase it. Davis with it now. Passes out up high. Nick Hollis whiffs in the shot attempt. Puck rolling on its edge. Pope trying to regain possession. Here's Glidewell. Backhanding it around to the far boards, and Nick Pellegrino puts it behind the net to Glidewell. Gets bumped off the puck or bumped away from the puck. And cleared out by Brentwood. Puck trickling back into the Pope zone. Jack Davis is going to beat Caden Wernick to it. Here goes Davis to center. Tried to jab it into the Brentwood zone. It was blocked by Seeley. Now the puck ends up back in the Pope zone, loose. Johnny Kelso with it on the left wing side. He left it behind him. It's loose in the left circle and now taken back by Pope. Here's Jacob Sullivan, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Oh! Tried to turn around and look for somebody to pass to, but the puck got away from him. Zane Cesaroni now to Kelso. Johnny Kelso, left wing side of the Pope zone. Tried to pass the slot, stolen by Jacob Sullivan, who ends up firing it out of play, trying to clear the zone. 11 minutes to go in the second, still zip-zip. Draw to the right of Anthony Pellegrino. Pope win it, bring it to center. Here's Joe Hiller. Passing over to Carter Bohoric, who had the puck get away from him, and Brentwood able to clear. Zane Cesaroni, right wing side of the Pope zone. Pope come up with the puck, try and clear. Held in Ty Essenmacher, fired back down low. But Pope come up with it again, brought to center. Joe Hiller, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Goes to the boards. Puck goes, lost the puck as he was trying to make his way around the back of the net. Puck comes out to the left point, and Jack Schultz brings it into the Pope zone. Gets away from him. They try and clear. Slowed up by Johnny Kelso, but now brought out by Ian Sullivan. Sullivan had the puck poked away inside the Brentwood zone. Carter Bohoric dumps it down low, and Pope will make a change. Ty Essenmacher passing up the near side. Aiden Bustizzi lets it deflect off his stick into the Pope zone. Nick Gentile with it. Gentile goes around the back of his own net, but he's got to be careful because Bustizzi is chasing after him. Can't be too slow because Aiden is a dangerous, dangerous player. Puck out at center. Brentwood with it. Will Hubbard. Ahead to Clayton Ellsworth. Ellsworth into the Pope zone. Ellsworth over to Bustizzi. Shot turned away by Anthony Pellegrino. Here's Eric Kilberg, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Goes around the back of the net. Ty Essenmacher keeping the body on him. Kilberg out on the right wing boards. Trying to get the puck away from Clayton Ellsworth, and he does so. And I think it's David Bavis passing it across the top of the crease. Yes, it was. Nick Pellegrino dumbing it into the right wing corner. Will Hubbard slapping it up the boards. And will this be an icing? No, they'll wave it off. I think it went off of Aiden Bustizzi's stick on the way to the other end of the rink. Pope with it again. Stretch pass up the near side. Clayton Roach off to Eric Kilberg, but off his stick. He catches up to it inside the Brentwood zone. Round the back of the net. Puts it out in front. And it ends up, Owen Seeley ends up clearing it from in front of the net. Caught up to by Kilberg. Banks it off the near or far boards back into the Brentwood zone. Brody Bowman chasing after it. Over to Owen Seeley. Seeley. Oh, almost left it behind him, and he gets it back to clear it away from Jacob Sullivan. Puck comes out to the blue line. Held in Jack Davis, and his shot had to be turned away. Long range shot had to be turned away by Sally. Pass across right circle, a shot. Oh, Jack Davis missed the net. Clearing attempt went off the hand of Jacob Sullivan and out, and they blow the whistle. I'm not sure what they blew the whistle for. That wasn't a hand pass. Jacob Sullivan just reached up his hand to try and keep the puck alive. That's not a hand pass. I don't think he'd hand pass it backwards. Not even a basketball player would be that arrogant. Pope win the draw. Get it back in the Brentwood zone, but now the Bruins control. Here's Brody Bowman. Oh, he gives it away. Jacob Sullivan. Right circle. Trying to get to the front of the net. Puck knocked away. And whiffing on a shot was Cade Ziemendorf as he entered the right circle. Now Trey Wilkins backhands the puck back into the Pope zone. It's in the left wing corner. Wilkins carries it around to the near boards. Now here's Callahan. Fielder out in front. Oh, puck got away from him when he went to shoot. He has it back on the far side. Passes up to the left point. Brody Bowman. Bowman's shot off a stick. Nick Gentile with it for Pope. Gentile sends it around to the near boards. Puck back in the Brentwood end. Oh, Jack Davis almost jumped in between Brody Bowman and Owen Seeley and could have had a chance to carry it right down the slot to the net, but they kept it away from him. It went to center for a moment, sent back in by Pope. Clearing attempt, stolen by Jacob Sullivan to the front of the net. A shot missed. Best chance that Pope have had. Now Sullivan again. Puck out in front. Eric Kilberg, one-timer. I think Sally got a piece of it with a glove or with a blocker. And it's cleared down ice by Brentwood. Back into the Pope zone. Gentile will get to it. Over to Ian Sullivan. Sullivan at center. Now Jack Davis into the Brentwood zone. It's immediately cleared out. It's back in the Pope into the right wing side. Zane Cesaroni. Around the back of the net out to the far side. Puck knocked away from him. Comes up to the left point. Will Hubbard keeps it alive. Cesaroni with it again. Puck in the left wing corner. And we're going to get a whistle and a penalty. A slashing call. I think it's against Pope. Yep. Slashing call against Eric Kilberg. So Brentwood get their first power play of the game. No goals on the board. 5:50 to go in the first. As Franklin have taken a 1-0 lead on NBA out at Centennial. Here's Aiden Pustici shooting in the left circle, knocked away by the glove of Anthony Pellegrino. Puck of the inboards behind the net. Pope with it. Trying to clear on the near side. And Pope aggressively pushed out to center. Okay, it's not Eric Kilberg, but who's in the box? It's say number 30. Oh, they called against Pellegrino. They called the penalty against Anthony Pellegrino. I'm not sure who's in the box serving it for him, but Anthony Pellegrino was called for the slash. Puck in the Brentwood zone. Eric Kilberg with it. Try to put it in front for Clay Roach. It goes off the far boards. Still inside the zone. Now Zane Cesaroni with a short correction. It's Will Hubbard. Pushed into the boards by Ziemendorf. Minute left of the power play for Brentwood. Puck cleared out to center, but right to Pustici, who's not far away from the blue line. He brings it back into the right wing. He's in the right wing corner. Passes out high. Will Hubbard, could not. I thought he did. I thought it did go out on him. He just kept it alive. Now here's Clayton Ellsworth from Mount High shooting it past the net to the left of Pellegrino. Ellsworth behind the net. Puck out on the far boards, or out on the far side. It's not on the boards yet. And Clay Roach fires it off of Will Hubbard at center, allowing Eric Kilberg to catch up to it and poke it into the Brentwood zone, but Ty Essenmacher's going to beat him to the puck. 20 seconds left in the power play for the Bruins. Aiden Bustizzi dumps the puck back into the Pope zone. And a clearing attempt off the hand of Bustizzi and out. And was that also called a hand pass? It was Ian Sullivan serving the penalty for Anthony Pellegrino. As he's out of the box now, penalty time against Pope is up, and they're back at even strength. So I guess they called a hand pass against Aiden Bustizzi as well, which, again, doesn't make sense. 3:50 left of the second, still zip. Draw one by Pope. And passed ahead to Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan in the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Dumps it to the inboards. Joe Hiller. Now Nick Gentile tried to send it to the front of the net, knocked down by Brody Bowman. Stretch pass ahead, Jack Schultz. Schultz in the Pope zone. Schultz in front of shot. Stopped by Pellegrino with a left leg pad. Anthony Pellegrino with another big save. Here's Callahan Fielder passing it down. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. So Pope are going to have to be careful with the puck inside the Brentwood end even, because you never know who's hanging out at the Pope blue line. Back the other way, come Pope. Puck back in the Brentwood zone. And puck came to the front of the net, but Jack Davis was tied up by Brody Bowman. Now here's Joe Hiller getting the puck behind the net. Now Davis comes out to the left, right wing side shot, score! Dribbled through Sally and in. Jack Davis. Pope with a breakthrough. 1-0 Knights with 2:41 to go in the second. Little shot from the bottom of the right circle that kind of glanced off of Sally and went into the back of the net. And Pope strike first. And all those big Anthony Pellegrino saves led to that. They win the draw. Puck inside their zone. They got to be careful with it and get it out immediately. Clayton Roach passes over to Nick Hollis. Hollis fires it out to center. Will Hubbard with it. Ahead Aiden Bustizzi. Bustizzi left wing side of the Pope zone. Sends it around the wall. Eric Kilberg at the inboards behind his own net. Passes out to the far side. Flip to center and into Ty Essenmacher, who bumps David Bavis away. Now here's Nick Hollis. Now Aiden Bustizzi. Back in the Pope zone on the right wing side. Has to spin away. Trying to wait for help. Trying to go out to the blue line. Hands the puck over to Clay Ellsworth, whose shot is blocked by a stick. Puck out at the left point, and Eric Kilberg. No, Will Hubbard kept it alive. I thought Kilberg was going to get to it and clear. Clayton Roach with it now. Roach over to David Bavis. Ahead to Eric Kilberg, who deflects it in the Brentwood zone. Now here's Zane Cesaroni. Out at center, but lost the puck. Knocked away from him, but Clayton Ellsworth gets it. Left wing side of the Pope zone. Had the puck poked away by Clayton Roach. Clearing attempt held in at the right point by Ty Essenmacher. He sends it towards the front of the net, but no one in a blue sweater is there. Nick Gentile looking over to the near side. He had a Brentwood player coming off the bench. He did get to the puck in time and pass it over to the near side, but he's got to be careful, man, because these Brentwood players swarm the puck like crazy. Clayton Roach with a puck. Backhands it out to center. We're inside the final minute of the second. Here's Cade Ziemendorf. Around the back of his own net, out to the far side. He'll clear it out to center. Jack Davis, who has the goal, over to Jacob Sullivan. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Sullivan, a shot, missed the net to the left of Andrew Sally. And Coleman Glidewell tried to send it to the front of the net, and a tip went past the net off the stick of Sullivan. Puck out in front. Going to be picked up and carried out by Jack Schultz. We're inside the final 30 seconds of the second. Schultz, right wing side of the Pope zone. Bumped off the puck. Here's Jacob Sullivan. Pass to center, but it's intercepted by Clayton Ellsworth. Ellsworth had it knocked off his stick by Jacob Sullivan as he tried to move forward. Puck's back in the Brentwood zone. And stretch pass to Brody Bowman off the stick of Andrew Engelhart, back deep in the Pope end, and that is it for the second. Jack Davis scoring the first and only goal of the game so far with 2:41 left in the middle frame. Pope Prep-MLK-GCA leading Brentwood 1-0 after 2. Ready to go with the third and final period of this one. Anthony Pellegrino still in goal for Pope. Andrew Sally still in goal for Brentwood for this third period. Pope will move the puck from my left to right. Brentwood from my right to left. Early in the second out at Centennial, it is 1-1 between NBA and Franklin. Aiden Bustizzi with the puck, left wing side of the Pope zone. Sends it to the front of the net, but it's knocked away by Nick Hollis. Out at center, David Bavis. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone, drops it back, Clayton Roach. Roach a shot, stopped and held on to by Sally. Took 22 seconds off the clock. Won by Brentwood, but turned right over behind the net to Pope. Clay Roach comes out to the left circle. I think he wanted to shoot, but it went off a stick towards the right wing corner. Puck out at center, and Aiden Bustizzi with it. Left wing side of the Pope zone. Bustizzi, a shot over the net. Held in Clayton Ellsworth. Trying to pass down the wall, went off a Pope skate, and Eric Hilberg didn't see it in his skates. Ellsworth with it. Backhanding it over to Bustizzi on the left wing side. Trying to send it to the front of the net. Pellegrino knocks it away. Clayton Roach will bank it off the near glass and out for an icing. 13 minutes to go. Still 1-0 Pope. As we're going to have a penalty, it looks like. It's going to be against Pope. It's David Bavis who's going to go into the box. So Brentwood back on the power play, down 1-0 with 13 minutes to go. I'm not sure what the signal was because the ref skated over to the box and told it to the scorekeeper through the little hole in the glass. Draw to the right of Pellegrino, won by Brentwood, sent off the boards out in front. Whoa. And knocked back pass behind the net. Now a pass to center, and Jack Davis, he couldn't keep it on his stick. Otherwise, he might have skated away from Ty Essenmacher and Will Hubbard. Here's Essenmacher, right wing side of the Pope zone, trying to flip it to the front of the net. It goes towards the left wing corner. Callahan Fielder with it. Now Jacob Sullivan clears it out. Jack Davis with room to skate again. He's in the Brentwood zone. Carries it over to the left wing side, turns around, and fires it into the air, and Andrew Sally decides to catch it and hang on for the whistle. 81 seconds left of the power play, 12:20 to go in the game, still 1-0 Pope. Draw going to be to the right of Sally. Brentwood win it. St. Cicerone pokes it into the Pope zone. It's in the right wing corner. Carries it around to the left wing side. Passes up to the left point, Owen Seeley. Seeley, a shot, missed the net to the left of Pellegrino. Ty Essenmacher tried to send it back to the front of the net. It ping-ponged off some Brentwood skates, and a shot from Fielder turned away by Pellegrino. Puck fired to the other end of the rink. Under a minute left in the power play. Here's Owen Seeley. Eric Kilberg took the puck away from him, carries it out to center. He and Jack Schultz run into each other and go down. Puck sent the other way by Nick Pellegrino. Puck in the Brentwood zone, sent down low by Kilberg. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for the Bruins. Callahan Fielder. Backhands it into the Pope zone for Ty Essenmacher. Tried to flip it to the front of the net. Jack Schultz, it bounces over his stick, comes on goal. And Anthony Pellegrino stops and covers. 14 seconds left of the power play. 11-13 to go in the game. Still 1-0 Pope. Draw to the left of Pellegrino. Won by Brentwood, but given away immediately to Clay Roach, who fires it around the wall. Held in by Will Hubbard, sent back down low. Puck sent around to the near boards again. Held in Will Hubbard again. Shot in the left point. Stopped and held onto by Pellegrino. Looked like he wanted to give it away and let play continue, but instead he decides to cover it up. Penalty time against Pope is up. David Bavis out of the box. Knights back at even strength. Draw is to the right of Pellegrino. Draw one by Brentwood. Shot from Bustizzi off the right leg pad of Anthony Pellegrino. Aiden Bustizzi with it again. Trying to find some room. Gets off another shot that misses the net to the left of Pellegrino. Here's Clayton Ellsworth in the right wing corner. Now Bustizzi out of the left point. Another shot stopped and held onto by Pellegrino. 10:30 to go, still 1-0. Pope. Draw to the right of Pellegrino. One by Brentwood. Brody Bowman, left point. Carried it down the wall, but he turns it over. Puck carried out to center by Cade Siemendorf. Brought into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. He dumps it to the end boards, and then Andrew Sally backed into the net as it came out in front, and he knocked it loose, trying to cover. So he backs into the net and dislodges it. And there's going to be a penalty against Clayton Ellsworth and all that. Cross-checking. So Pope on the power play, up 1-0 with 10:14 to go. Draw to the left of Andrew Sally. Puck out on the far wall. Jacob Sullivan has it. Now Nick Pellegrino, left point, back over to Sullivan, who's now at the left point. Sullivan across to Clayton Roach on the right wing. To the slot, Jack Davis, who is the only goal of the game. Back over to Roach. Back out up top, Nick Pellegrino. To Jacob Sullivan, his shot stopped by Sally. Rebound out behind the net. Now it comes back out up top to the left point, Nick Pellegrino. Over to Roach. Roach, for some reason, let that go off the boards. I think he was trying to let somebody down low have it. Roach does have it now. Passes out to the center point, Pellegrino. Over to the left circle, Jacob Sullivan. Sullivan. Try to pass down low to Eric Kilberg, who ran into the referee in the left wing corner. Puck goes around to the near wall. Brentwood clear it out. Nick Pellegrino inside his own zone. Passes ahead, Jack Davis brings it back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Puts it out in front, a shot scored, Jacob Sullivan from the slot. Sullivan fires it into the back of the net, and Pope have a cushion. A power play goal that gives them a 2-0 lead with 8:55 to go. Anthony Pellegrino's masterclass work in net is working in Pope's favor again. One by Pope. David Bavis trying to put the puck in front. Kilberg, it was chopped away from him by Ellsworth right when he was going to shoot it. Clearing attempt held in by Roach. Roach moving down the right wing, and it poked away from behind by Brody Bowman. He catches back up to the puck. Tried to put it behind the net for Kilberg. It's over on the near boards now. Comes out high up. Gentile couldn't keep it into the zone. Off his stick and out. He's got it at center, fires it right back in. Puck of the inboards, Kilberg. Now David Bavis. Now Kilberg comes out in front. Shot, I think, hit off the outside of the net. Kilberg in the left wing corner. Pushed into the boards. And the puck cleared out by Brentwood. This might be an icing. It is. 7:48 to go. Still 2-0 Pope. Draw is to the right of Andrew Sally. Puck out over on the far boards inside the Brentwood zone. Now Joe Hiller, a shot, score! Hiller shooting to the bottom of the left circle. Under Sally into the back of the net. And Pope have firmly grabbed hold of this game. They're up 3-0 with 7:34 to go. And Brentwood, who were dominating the game on shots so early but couldn't get one past Anthony Pellegrino, are now having too many. And Jack Schultz decides the team needs a timeout. They have fallen behind 3-0 with 7:34 to go. As I check in once again on the Franklin NBA game, it's 1-1 in the second there. And from the looks at the scoreboard inside Rink B at Centennial, Franklin are on the power play with under a minute left in it. Not sure who's in goal for Franklin in this one. I know Hunter Wick's in goal for NBA because when is he ever not? Although, for the first time this season back on Friday, they removed him with 3 minutes to go in the game, up 7-3 on Father Ryan, and allowed Aiden Becker to finish the game off. And Aiden had 2 saves. His shot from the left circle is stopped and held on to by Wick. Timeout done. Draw one by Pope. Puck fired past the net by Nick Pellegrino. It's out on the far boards. Joe Hiller, who just scored, gives it away. The puck cleared out by Brentwood. And Pope with it at center again. Joe Hiller gets tripped up by Jack Schultz. Schultz threw out the hip and kind of upended Hiller, and he's mad about it. He's mad about being called for the penalty. He's saying he hit him with a shoulder. Cross check is the call. Franklin with another chance here, and Hunter Wick with another save. Actually, the net got dislodged. That's what they're blowing the whistle for there at Centennial, as Johnny Kelso goes into the box, and I think Jack Schultz may have been called for another, I guess, a 10-minute misconduct for all the antics. His anger over being called for the penalty. Although it didn't look like a cross-check to me. Kind of looked like he stuck out the hip. So Pope back to the power play, up 3-0. 7:08 to go. No, it's a double minor. Oh, wow. So I guess a 2 for the penalty, 2 for the cross-check, and then a 2-minute unsportsmanlike and a 10. Here's Aiden Pustizzi at center with a puck. Passing over Clayton Ellsworth. Ellsworth puts the puck in front, smacked away by Jacob Sullivan. Puck back in the Brentwood zone, cleared out by Owen Seeley, but picked up at center and brought right back in by Clay Roach, however, offside. Jacob Sullivan had gone over the blue line before Roach. Draw one by Pope. Jack Davis brings it into the Brentwood zone. Had a man all over top of him. Now here's Aiden Pustizzi. Pustizzi into the Pope zone on the right wing side. Curling around. Oh, he got tripped. Looked like he got tripped by Eric Kilberg, but I don't think anybody saw it. Kilberg kind of stuck the stick below him and he fell over, and I'm surprised. Here's Kilberg into the Brentwood zone. Try to pass it back to Clayton Roach. I'm sorry, Nick Pellegrino. Now Clay Roach has it. Shot, score! Fires it in and out of the roof of the net. And that's the first half of the power play converted, as Pope take a 4-0 lead with 6:09 to go. Draw one by Brentwood. Callahan fielder dumps it behind the net. So now the other half of the penalty is up on the board. Puck deep in the Pope zone. Cade Ziemendorf. Passes up the far side. It misses everybody. Trickles back in the Brentwood zone. Slows down before it can be called for icing. Brody Bowman clears it. Here's Zane Cesaroni, right wing side of the Pope zone. Knocked off the puck. Cleared out. Here's Joe Hiller, who's got one of the 4 goals. Around the back of the Brentwood net. Under a minute left in the second half of the double minor. A shot stopped by Sally. Shot came from the left point. Back the other way. Oh, Nick Hollis tried to carry the puck out to center. Aiden Bustiti almost poked the puck away from him. Clearing attempt knocked down by Bustiti. Gets it in front. Jack Schultz's shot stopped. That's right, it's Clayton Ellsworth. The shot stopped by Anthony Pellegrino. Pope's still a bit careless with the puck here. Shot at the other end by Nick Pellegrino. Stopped and held on to by Sally. 8 seconds left on the power play, the second half of the double minor. 4:17 to go, 4-0 Pope. Brentwood have to beat Mount Juliet on Wednesday night. They have to beat them because their first half finale is next Monday against Rutherford, and if they lose this game and then lose on Wednesday night or even tie, they're in real trouble. Aiden Bustiti at center with the puck. Right wing side of the Pope zone. Little line drive shot stopped and covered up by Pellegrino. Penalty time against Brentwood is up. They're back at even strength. Okay, so Jack Schultz did come out of the box. They didn't give him a 2 and 10. They just gave him 2 2s. Draws to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Draw one by Brentwood, and a one-timer from the top of the left circle went past the net to the left of Pellegrino. Clayton Ellsworth tried to pass across, went off of Pope's stick up in the air, stays in play as Aiden Bustiti shoots it off of Pellegrino from the right half wall. Clay Ellsworth out high, and the puck knocked off his stick by Coleman Glidewell. Drop back to Seeley by Ellsworth from center. As the second period is done at Centennial, NBA and Franklin still tied at 1 as a shot from Zane Cesaroni misses the net to the left of Anthony Pellegrino. Puck cleared out to center, Owen Seeley. Now Trey Wilkins down the right wing side of the Pope zone, and Clay Ellsworth knocked it to the front of the net. Now Owen Seeley down low for Aiden Bustiti. Bustiti spinning around, pushed into the boards. It's behind the net. Comes out to the right wing side, held in Ty Essenmacher. Tried to send it to the front of the net, blocked by Coleman Glidewell. Glidewell flipping it ahead, back into the Brentwood zone on the left wing. Here's Ty Essenmacher. Getting pushed down, Jacob Sullivan falls over in the slot. Here's Clayton Ellsworth. Into the Pope zone on the right wing. Got tied up. Coming in from behind to knock the puck away was Cade Ziemendorf. Shot in the right point, blocked. And then a shot from Ellsworth in the slot, stopped and covered up by Pellegrino. 2:22 to go. Still 4-0 Pope. Brentwood have already used their timeout. They used it when they went down 3-0 earlier in the period. Draw be to the left of Pellegrino again. Pope, after tonight, play next week. Their first half finale is next week against, I don't know who. It's against Ravenwood. They haven't played Ravenwood yet. Next Wednesday, November 1st against Ravenwood. Here's Callahan Fielder into the Pope zone on the left wing side with a shot. Stopped and covered up by Pellegrino. Third has just started out at Centennial, 1-1 between NBA and Franklin. Again, well, I'll finish that thought in a moment. Draw was to the right of Pellegrino, won by Pope. Passed ahead, Eric Kilberg on a breakaway, looking for his goal. Oh, but he fumbled the puck right when he got to the front of the net, deking. Here's Kilberg again. Out in front of backhander, I think stopped by Sally. Yep, Andrew Sally with a save. Kilberg again with a puck down low. Puck went out towards the blue line, held in by Jack Davis. Sent back to the end boards. And here goes Brody Bowman out to center for Brentwood. Poked away by Jack Davis. Now here's Kilberg. Nope, it's Sullivan. Jacob Sullivan with a puck. Back in the Brentwood zone, splitting defenders, but Brody Bowman jabs it away from him right when he was going past. Final minute of the game. Here's Clay Roach back in the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Now Joe Hiller behind the net. Puck comes out to the left-hand side of the net. It's still loose. And now Andrew Sally covers. 26.4 seconds left. Pope up 4-0. Draw to the left of Sally. Won by Brentwood. Here's Owen Seeley. Passing ahead to Aiden Bustisi. Bustisi inside the Pope zone. A shot missed the net to the right, left of Pellegrino. Puck cleared out to center. Ty Essenmacher with it. Pass across, but Clay Roach has it. He'll dump it into the Brentwood zone. Pope. Call off the Dogs. And the Knights win 4-0 and improve to 3-3. And Brentwood get a victory and then are pulled right back down to earth. So Brentwood dropped to 1-4 on the season. 1-4. And they have to win. They have to win both. They have to win both of their two remaining games of this first half of the regular season. Wednesday night against Mount Juliet and next Monday against Rutherford to have hope of staying up. Meanwhile, Pope have firmly put themselves in position to stay up. They'll be safe. They have 6 points. They should be absolutely safe in this tier for the rest of the regular season. Things are very, very iffy all of a sudden. Very, very, very iffy. They are on incredibly shaky ground. The goal scorers in this one, Jack Davis had the winner late in the second. And then the others here in the third came from Jacob Sullivan, Joe Hiller, and Clayton Roach. But the player of the game is Anthony Pellegrino. Brentwood came at him early and often, and he turned every shot away. And if it weren't for him, Pope don't win this game. He is player of the game. The board reached 23 shots on goal. I think they shorted Brentwood about 3. 26 safe shutout by my count. Anthony Pellegrino is player of the game. With just a masterclass in net. Golly, I love watching that kid. Oh, man. Well, Pope, that 3-game losing streak, You probably said they got their butt whipped by Father Ryan, but I did that game against NBA, and NBA had to grind for that. And Franklin had to score 6 just to beat them. So Pope is a good team. They just had a bad stretch. But Brentwood, man, I'm still scratching my head about this team. I can't believe what I'm watching. I don't know. I do not know. If I'm Mount Juliet, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling I could beat them. Depends on who they have in net. I wouldn't go with Brant Balls. Noah Smart looks pretty good. Either him or Corbin Vickery. Have them make the saves. Have Antar and company convert the scoring chances. They could beat Brentwood or even tie them. Brentwood have to win. They have to win their last 2. I don't think a tie and a win will do. I don't think a tie and a win will save them. Because Mount Juliet could very well go off and beat Father Ryan. Mount Juliet and Ryan play each other 2 weeks from tonight. And Mount Juliet can beat Father Ryan. Ryan, I can't believe how much Ryan have fallen off. Like both those games my God. Brentwood and NBA took them to the woodshed. That was just, yikes. Outscored 15-3 in 2 games in 3 nights. Yeesh. All right, we're going to leave it there because that's it for us this evening. And let's take a quick check. Franklin on the power play early in the third against NBA. That game's still tied at 1. But that's 2 games in the books tonight. Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb beating USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pastures 6-0. And just now Pope Prep-MLK-GCA beating Brentwood 4-0. So here are the standings with those 2 games in the books. First up, Tier 1, NBA leading at 5-0, Franklin at 4-0. Pope Prep-MLK-GCA now moving to third at 3-3, Father Ryan 2-2. Ravenwood 1-2. Again, they don't hit the ice again until Wednesday night. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill now 1-3. Brentwood now 7th at 1-4. Rutherford Rampage still at the bottom at 0-3. If Rutherford win tonight, that's going to make this race for safety insane. Tier 2, Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb leading at 4-0. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin second at 2-1-2. USNBA Nashville Christian now at 2-1-1. Summit Page 2-1. The Outlaws 1-1-1. 1-1-1. Centennial 1-2-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek 1-3-1. Independence Ravenwood 2 at 0-4. So going on right now, we've got Franklin and NBA tied at 1 early in the third. Station Camp Liberty Creek and Centennial should be going on right now over at Rink A. Again, if Centennial win that game or that game ends in a tie, Station Camp Liberty Creek will remain in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and play in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason. 8:25 here in the Chris Spring and Bellevue. Father Ryan taking on Rutherford. And Rink B over at Centennial at 8:30. Summit Page taking on Independence Ravenwood 2. Again, if Summit win that game or it ends in a tie, then Indy will be stuck in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and play in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason. Wednesday night, 5 games, the usual 5-game Wednesday night. Gets started at 7:10 on Rink A at Centennial with Brentwood in a must-win situation, taking on Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill. 7:30 on the North Ring in Antioch, the Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb taking on the Outlaws. South Ring at 8:15 in Antioch. Rutherford taking on Ravenwood, who finally get back on the ice for a game after 23 days. Rink B at Centennial at 8:30. Franklin taking on Father Ryan, and 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial. Centennial taking on Independence. Again, we'll announce our broadcast schedule for Wednesday night tomorrow morning on our social media pages and in the newsletter. But that is it for us tonight, as we do 2 games and they're both shutouts. Answorth, Nolensville, Lipscomb beat USNBA, Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 6-0. And just now, Pope Prep-MLK-GCA beat Brentwood 4-0. I'm Michael Hackney. Have a great rest of your Monday night, and good night, everybody, from Bellevue.